Hello everyone. Today we will see to design the user interface which is accepting the student details. Okay, the student details can be like the student name, department and the total marks. Okay, so now let us see. So this is our VB IDE. Let me show you the form design. So let me start with the label. This label I am taking to show that this particular application is for the student detail. If you don't want, you can skip this one. Okay, so you can change the back color for forecolor also. I'll just change the font. Yes, it is. Okay, so then let me take the name. Let me place it in the middle of the form. Okay, so like this you can change the forecolor and back color of this label student details. This is only for our understanding. Okay, so now let me take one more label. This label is going to accept the name, so I'll write it as name. As I have told you in the previous program also, I am not going to change the names of any of the control. Okay, it is up to you whether you are changing or no. So I am not going to change that one. Now to accept the name, I want one text box beside the name label. So only thing what you have to do is keep the text box blank so that at the run time you are allowed to give the input there. Okay, similarly take down. It will be the department. Okay, so to accept the department, now here what I will do, instead of taking normal text box, I will be taking the list box. Okay, this list box will allow the student to choose their respective department. Okay, so this is the list. Now to enter the elements into the list, just go to the list property here and type the various courses. Like I'll write BCA, press shift and enter. Sorry, press control and enter. Let me give you the other course. BSc, control enter, BBA, I'll make it as capital. So enough, I want only 4. So I have given here. At the runtime you can choose. I'll show you how exactly it will look like. So from here you can choose any of the course as of your requirement. Okay. So like this I have taken the name as well as the department. Okay, so let us continue. Now let me take one frame. Okay, frame is basically used to group different things together. So this will be the frame. Okay, so in this frame I'm going to place the different subjects and their respective marks. Okay, so I want here I'll be taking the subjects. I'll make it little big so that I can place the controls comfortably. Okay, this label 4 will be my marks for the language. So I'll write language. Then next label is for English. Third label is to accept. subject 1. The subject 1 can be any of the core subject. Subject 2 followed by the last one, subject 3. Okay, now as I have told you, to accept these marks, I'll take the text boxes and place it beside each and every subject and keep the text box blank. Just by pressing this backspace, you can make the text box blank. So as you can see, I'm taking 5 text boxes and I have kept it blank. So let me align them properly. Almost everything is in align mode only. Fine. If you want to change the name of this frame, you can do it. I'm going to change the caption only, wherein I'm specifying this particular frame is to accept the marks of different subjects. So I'll write subject here. Okay, so now I want one more frame wherein I'm going to display the student details. This student details will contain the total marks scored by the student, the percentage and the division in which he or she has passed. Okay, so here the caption I am making it as result. Okay. So in this result, I want total marks to be displayed. So I am taking label and I am changing it as total marks. Then the next label, which is going to show the percentage he or she has scored, followed by the division in which he or she has passed. Okay, so it will be division. Okay, now to display the total marks, you can either take the label or you can take the text box. Okay, you can take any one of it. Okay, so if you are taking the text box, what happens at the runtime, you are allowed to make the changes. Okay, and if you are taking the label, that means you are not allowed to make any kind of changes to the values whatever has been displayed. Okay, so here what I'll do is, as I'm showing you the usage of both the things, so let me show you both. I'm taking both the text box as well as the both the text box as well as the frame I'll take. Let me align it properly. Okay, so the division will be, I'm taking it in the form of frame, the label. Okay, it is because even if the person is going to change the total marks or percentage, he or she is not able to change the division. Okay, so this is the design. Apart from this one, I want 2 command buttons to be placed, so I am going to place the command button here. The first command button, which is going to display the result, so I'll write here okay. Now the name of this command button is command 1 only, but the caption is result. Okay, similarly I want one more command button which is simply to come out of the application, so I'll write here exit. Okay, so that's all with the design part. Now let us see the coding part. As I have told you, you can go to the code window just by clicking onto the controls, or just click on anywhere onto the form, double click, or go to the project explorer and click on the view code window. Okay, so I'll just double click on the form and I'll move to the code window. So as we know that if you wanted to give the global variables, you should start from the first line. You just go to the top of the line, that is before the private sub form load, and here declare the global variables. So dim flag as boolean and dim grade as integer. Here you can observe that as I am pressing the enter key, both the global variable have got, it has been shifted to other block. Okay, automatically it will be done. Now coming to the form load, we don't have any code for this form load, so I'll avoid that one. Okay, so I wanted to write the code for the command button. Command 1 is result, so I'll click on this command 1 and I'll type the code like flag equals to true. We are keeping this variable as true and we are going to find the total. Okay, now if I wanted to find the total, the name of the total button is, wait, let me close. This is text box 7, this is it. Okay, so what here I'll do is I'll write text 7 equals to value of, now I have to take this one, text 2, text 3, text 4, text 5 and text 6. Okay, so I'll write here text 2 dot text. Okay, so no, I'll just take text 2, value of text 2, or just write on value text 2 dot, I don't have the text, I'll just write it like this, plus value of text 3 plus value of text 4 plus value of text 5 plus value of text 6. All the 5 subject values I am going to take. Okay, so now to show the percentage, that is text 8, it will be having the value of whatever the total is there, so I'll write text 7 divided by 5. Okay, then coming to the grade, grade is my variable. Grade equals to whatever the value of the percentage is there, that means text 8, based on that value we are going to decide the grade. Okay, so after that let me place certain conditions also. If value of text 2 is less than 35, okay, that means if the marks of language is less than 35, or value of text 3 is less than 35, that means marks of English is less than 35, or value of text 4 is less than 35, or value of text 5 is less than 35, or value of text 6 is less than 35. Then, okay, if any of the subject's marks is less than 35, then we have to say label grade. Label grade is nothing but wherein I am going to display the division. This is nothing but label 12. So here I will write label 12 equals to fail. Okay, then flag will go false. Flag equals to false. Okay, and if now again if flag, then if the flag value is true, then what I am doing is I am going to decide the grade. If grade, if the grade value, the variable grade, if it is having the value greater than equals to 75, Then we will write label 12 equals to distinction. Okay. Else if label 12, else if grade, if the grade value is greater than equals to 60 and grade is less than 75. If this is the case, then I'll write label 12 equals to first class. Okay. Else if grade is greater than equals to 50 and grade less than 60, then I will say label 12 equals to second class. Okay. Else if grade is greater than equals to 40 and grade less than 50. If it is between 40 and 50, then we will say the division will be, that is label 12 will be pass class. Okay. Else if the grade is anything less than 40, then we will say, label 12 equals to fail. Okay. And if though there are two if, so I'll write twice end if. Okay, end sub is automatically there. So that's all with the coding of the result button. Okay. So now let us see the coding. Here what I'll do is I'll put certain validations. Now I'll show you how to validate the data. Like validation of data is nothing but wherein I want people to enter the proper input. Okay. So when I am saying that people should enter the proper input, that means if there is a name, okay, so by validating the data we may not allow people to give numbers here. Okay, so to validate the data, what I will do is click on this, double click on the text box. Okay, now here in the code window you can see the event is change. Okay, so this one you have to make it as key press. You have to choose key press event. Okay, so what it is doing is based on the keys pressed, the ASCII value of each and every key on your keyboard, it is going to decide whether it is going to accept that character or no. So let me give the validation. Here I will write if key ASCII is greater than equals to 65 and key ASCII less than equals to 91 or key ASCII greater than equals to 97 and key ASCII less than equals to 123 or key ASCII equals to 32 or key ASCII equals to 8. Then okay, now here let me tell you what are these values. ASCII values 65 to 91 and 97 to 123 are the capital and small letters A to Z. key ASCII 32 is for space, and key ASCII 8 is nothing but the backspace. If anything like any characters, that is capitals or small letters or space or backspace, is accepted. Otherwise any other key will not be accepted for that particular text box. Okay, that's why I'll write else key ASCII equals to 0. So what I wanted to tell you here is, if the user is typing anything except the letters or space or backspace, it will be considered as ASCII value 0, and immediately there will be a message box popping up. So I'll write MSG box. Here we will just type the message, enter letters only or enter alphabets only. Okay, then end if. So that's all with the coding, wherein I have given validation for the name text box. Okay, similarly I'll put validation for the marks also, wherein we are allowed to give the marks only in the form of numbers. We don't want to give the grades, A, B, C, D grades, I don't want. So I'll just click on the double click on the text box and make the event as key press. Now here I'll write if key ASCII is greater than equals to 48 and key ASCII less than equals to 57, then so 48 to 57 is going to represent the numbers 0 to 9. Okay, then it is going to accept the values, else it will consider ASCII value as 0, and again it is going to pop the message, enter digits only. Okay, end if. That's all with the code. So what I'll do, I'll copy the same code for other text boxes also. I'll copy it and let me take here text 3, event will be key press, and just paste it. Again text 4, event will be key press and paste it. Again text 5, event will be key press and paste it. Text 6, key press and paste it. Okay, so now the validation thing is also done. And finally we are having code for exit. This is the smallest code of your VB programming, that is unload me. Unload me. That's all with the code. Now let us execute and see how exactly it works. So execute, this is the window. I'll show you the validation here. If I am pressing the letters, it is accepting. Now I'll show you if what happens if I am pressing numbers. I'm pressing 1, so it will say immediately enter alphabets only. Okay, so I'll give the name here. I'll give the name as AAA. Let the course be BSc. Okay, then coming to the language. Now here again I wanted to show you the validation. If I am pressing letter A, it will say enter digits only. Okay, so I'll be giving the marks. I'll give 90, 89, 75, 45 and 67. Okay, now let us see the result. Just I wanted to see the result. Click on result. Here you can see total marks is 366, percentage is 73.2 and first class. Okay, so this is the example wherein I can display the student details. Now see what happens. Here in the result I can make the changes. I can make it as 500 also to please our parents. Okay, so Even you can change the percentage, but you cannot change the division. This is what the difference is. Okay, why we are going to use labels instead of text box. Hope you have understood this one. Thank you.